run 8 miles with me as a slow runner who doesn't have all the fancy gear. Now, spoiler alert, this didn't quite go to plan. However, I started the day with good intentions. My kids wanted pancakes, and apparently mummy makes the best pancakes, so who am I to argue? But if I'm making pancakes, then I'm definitely eating pancakes. So having had several pancakes, I had to wait a good hour and a bit until I went out for my run. During that time, got my teeth brushed, got my kit on, got the anti-chafing balm on, because anything over 5k, I need that stuff. Then I headed out, much to my kids' protests as they wanted to come with me, but the plan was 8 miles. Now, the weather has been unseasonably warm, which is lovely, but I don't have a lot of summer running kit. Even when I ran before having kids, I didn't feel super confident running in shorts, so I don't have a lot of them, and I don't have any that are comfortable to run in. So I'd already ordered some, they hadn't arrived, no problem, because my Sweaty Betty leggings are pretty thin, so I figure, no problem, we will be fine. Put my t-shirt on and off we go. Now, I ran a half marathon in March and I used an interval method of running 30 seconds and then walking 30 seconds right from the start of the race, and this was super comfortable for me. New experience for me. I've always walked some of my runs, but walking consistently was a new thing. I came in just under 2 hours 45. So I'm signed up for another half marathon on the 9th of June, which is shortly going to be upon us. And my intention is to try and shave a tiny bit of time off that 2 hour 45. I'd love to ideally come in around 2 hours 40 or just under. So my intention is to run intervals of 40 seconds running and 30 seconds walking. So I wanted to test this out on this 8 mile training run. The weather, as I said, was unseasonably warm and I wasn't leaving the house till around 11 a.m, which was in hindsight not the greatest decision. However, when you've got kids and you've got things to do with kids, you just have to roll with it, right? So we can't change things. Like in an ideal world, I'd have got to bed super early the night before and I'd have got up at the crack of dawn and had a piece of toast and gone out for a run, right? But that didn't happen and that's fine. So for me, the first 5k of any run is always the hardest. So I'm not mad keen on running short distances, but I really enjoy running long distances. There's something about just achieving that long distance. I am not a fast runner. I'm definitely a slow runner, right? But I really enjoy those longer distances. Generally speaking, during the week, I aim to do 2 5k runs just to keep the training going, just to keep the muscles there. And then on the weekend, I try and do a longer run. So I did 7 miles last weekend, 8 miles this weekend, 9 miles next weekend, if all goes to plan. So off we go, and for the first 5k, I just tell myself, this is always the worst, okay? This is always the worst of any run. You're not gonna massively love this, but it'll be done and then it will get better. So I did mile 1, fine, as we expect. Mile 1's fine. Did mile 2, it's getting a bit hot. But between mile 2 and mile 3, I got really, really hot. 3 miles in. Ignore the beep, we're gonna have a bit of a break. Sorry about the noise. I run along a road because I don't feel safe on trails on my own. Lessons learned from this run. Thank God for a bit of shade. It's really hot. It's like 20-21 degrees Celsius. And I don't have any running shorts yet. I have ordered some already, but they haven't arrived. So I'm in long leggings and a sleeve top. And I'm too hot, man. And I just don't feel confident in running in just my sports bra. So I'm persevere, but maybe do a bit more walking. So just having a little break. I'm running with an interval timer, which you can hear beeping. Running 40 seconds, running 40 seconds, walking 30 seconds. And doing that for the duration, save for a few walking breaks. And that works well for me. I'm too hot. I need to consider a hydration vest so I can carry more fluids. I've got 1 bottle, it's not going to be enough. But there is a cafe I could stop off at on the way back. I'm also on my period and I just, first few miles are always the hardest for me, and I always remind myself that was a cobweb on a long run. Like, the first few miles are the hardest. It will get easier. We've got a bit of shade now, a bit of a rest, and then, so this is my timer at the moment. It's counting down on what should be a run. So I'll walk the next bit, then when it beeps again, we'll start running, get back into it. I'm gonna run for 4 miles, then I'm gonna turn around and head back. And 8 miles in total. So yeah, need more water, need to go out earlier when it's cooler, need shorts. I've also ordered some like tanks, so sleeveless vests. I have a bunch of this stuff from when I used to run before I had kids, but surprise, surprise, it doesn't quite fit yet. So that's fine. I've ordered replacements from Vinted, so I have to spend a lot of money on stuff I don't necessarily want to wear for ages. Yeah, we can do this. We can do hard things. First few miles are the hardest. It's going to get easier. It's going to be fine. Sorry about the noise. There we go. We run. Trees. So last week when I did my 7-mile run, I ran a different route, and I ran a looped route around a local lake, which was really enjoyable run. But this means that I haven't run my usual long run route for a couple of weeks, and I haven't got to the distances that I have during this 8-mile run. So getting to the 4-mile distance before I turned back to do the other 4 miles meant that I passed a shop. This shop appeared, it was like an oasis in a desert. I have never been so relieved to see a shop. So I went in, I got myself some water, and I was looking at trying to get something with some sugar and some salt in. I was looking at a Lucozade drink, but they are full of rubbish, and I am trying not to have ultra processed ingredients, and this really just jarred with me. So I got water, but I was so hot, and then I saw the ice creams, and I got a Calippo. So yes, I am absolutely positive that Calippos have ultra processed ingredients, but that felt somehow better than having a Lucozade in my head. I was like, oh, at least it's going to cool me down. I'm going to enjoy it more. I don't like Lucozade. It'll give me a little bit of an energy boost, and then next time I need to go running with some fuel. And my intention is actually to run longer runs with dried dates, which I'm going to take the stones out and like halve them, put them in a little bag and have those. I don't like gels anyway. I really don't like running gels. They make me feel sick every time. I don't drink caffeine, and it's really hard to get the ones that don't have caffeine in. So I've always run with like jelly sweets. So I figure dates aren't that different, and I like dates. So I just want that kind of sugar hit. Dates are full of natural sugar. So that's my intention. Why I didn't bring them, like in my head I was like 8 miles, that isn't too bad. But that is quite far. And for me, it's quite a long distance running, like I'm out a long time. But there we go. There was a lot more walking basically for the final half of my run. And I've learned a lot of lessons here. Okay, it's just past 6 miles. Sorry about the traffic again. Same busy road, but it's safe, guys. I've turned my timer off, and my new plan is to power walk as fast as I can back and see if I can keep my pace. Oh dear, it's not exactly gone to plan. Was I dressed appropriately for the weather? Absolutely not. Did I bring enough hydration? No, but I did find a shop, so hooray, we have water. Did I bring sufficient fuel? I didn't bring any fuel. Thought about it, didn't. Idiot. Oh well. Should I have gone out running at 11 AM? Should I have tried to get out earlier? Yes, but then kids, life, it's not always ideal, is it? Should I have tried to go out running on the first day of my period for a long run? No, probably not. But again, timing, it's not ideal. Can't always predict these things. So here we go. I'm doing it. I'm doing my 8 miles. I'll get there. And if in my next half marathon I have to power walk several miles, who cares? Get it done. So, I'm not giving up. I've still got my run timer on. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do 8 miles. I might just power walk here. See you in a bit. I did it. 8 miles done in 1 hour 45. I predicted 1 hour 40, so I just added like 5 minutes with all my extra walks. So it's not too bad. I even managed to run a fair bit of the last mile, despite thinking that I would just walk it. So there we go. Little walk, restored the energy. Now I have half an hour to get showered, dressed before I take my kid to a soft play party. So, let's run. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like. It really does help me out. And consider subscribing for more content from me. I'll be documenting my half marathon journey up till June, and I would love to have you along for the journey. I will see you in the next one. Bye.